to investigation as ongoing. Now, he ceases to have the right of assuring us that he can, with certainty, confirm cause of fire, and even without a technical report, he cannot, with certainty, confirm to us the extent of damage. By alluding to the embassy staff visiting the consulate, who told you that a visa consular can make an assessment and come and ask for 6 billion. You also just carry the same figure as a minister. You come and lay it before a Foreign Affairs Committee. Let's be technical in processing these figures. But most importantly, Madam Chair, when it comes to who now takes charge of the rehabilitation, there are 3 layers. Is it Kenya? Is it the insurance? And until those 2 are answered, we cannot discuss anything to do with the supplementary. I think the minister was just using this guise and introduce a figure, purportedly, that was presented before a committee. And Chair, I wanted us to dismiss some of these submissions by the minister. And it is in our interest to interrogate if Jeje Odong has visited that building or Kenya. He might not even have visited it himself. He's just reporting a rumor. We must interrogate the person who visited it. Who visited it. And lastly, Madam Chair, when it comes to the communication, I have a concern with the communication by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. We as Ugandans want to maintain cordial relations with the people of Kenya. And it is my prayer that the minister withdraws this assertion he has put on report that Kenyans, because it is on record, him saying that that Kenya abandoned the principle of peaceful demonstration and took the path of destruction of properties, wherein the new refurbished Uganda House, a commercial building located at Kenyatta Avenue, was vandalized. You are the same person telling us investigations are ongoing to establish the cause of the vandalization and the fire.
Let me ask.
You are the same persons accusing Kenyan protesters. Where do you get such a mandate? This must be withdrawn, Madam Chair.
On that particular matter,
this must be withdrawn.
Minister, can we know the source?
My colleague and my counterpart on the other side, Honorable Kuruninyi, is very combative. The attitude here is, let's inquire and find out. We do not like pointing fingers or what, but what is important, if I may begin from what the chair has just inquired and what Honorable Kunyinge also did inquire. What is the basis of me coming to say it's likely to be this? Among the documents I laid on table is a preliminary fire report dated 27th June. And it's not issued by the staff of the Uganda High Commission. It is issued by Wanjohi Mutonyi Consult Limited, who were involved.
No procedure. A private company cannot talk for the Republic of Kenya. This is a Foreign Affairs Minister. He cannot take us for right.
That if I am the chair, please.
A private company cannot talk for Kenya. This is Minister Jeje Odong must understand. It is from their submission, the report they are citing is from a private company known to them. The PS is talking about watching news and maybe social media. This is Parliament. We are processing for Parliament of Uganda. And we know Kenya, as a sovereign country, has investigative bodies. The moment you cite that investigations are ongoing, you seize the right of assumption. Because it is in your statement, as you concluded, that the ministry remains engaged, that investigations are going within your statement. Why do you then outsource hearsay and come here in Parliament, maintaining the same statement without verification that it was a result of protesters? Yes, we agree there was a fire. Regrettable. But let's not assume and based on hearsay, moreover from the ministry Chair, I beg to submit that
Take
the
note
minister
of-
withdraws that.
I take note
And we
of
give
what-
time. We give him time until he gets the report from Kenyan authorities.
I take note of
We issued that statement after having discussions, one with the High Commission, our High Commission, the people on the ground, and after engaging colleagues in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Kenya. And the sentiments in the discussions that we had were that the building caught a fire as a result of the protests on the 25th. That is the import of what we said. That statement was issued. We made the same statement when the fire caught.
From the PS is not a source of authority to validate a fire. And two, this statement may now, we will have a challenge when the official report comes, which is probably will be the basis of compensation, if any, even if it were to be insurance. Now, as a committee of parliament, we don't want to engage in what was what came out of a verbal or a cordial conversation. When it is on record that they are stating investigations are ongoing, it was issued by the minister himself, not the PS, this statement, the one we are interrogating.
Honorable,
not
can
the
we
press
be
briefing
patient
of,
a bit and look through that statement? Then we take our decision. It's just a matter of giving a little patience.
But he's quoting a press briefing.
No, because I think, honorable member.
In diplomacy, we may not get certainty. Something may not be written in certainty that the cause of fire was X, Y, and Z. But the mere fact that the head of state writes to say that they regret, they have made their point.
And that's why we are saying, let's wait for investigation. Investigation. What do you lose by saying we wait for investigation? Let Kenya commit themselves by their reports. When it comes to the status quo in Kenya, yes, there was a fire. The cause is still being investigated. By the time you lay a statement talking about rehabilitation, repair, or insurance, has the situation normalized? Is it now safe even to talk about
To invest again?
utilizing our insurance cover? Is it a time for us to utilize, if a report comes out today, is it ripe that we can now revisit the mechanisms of rehabilitating it? Or we are going to build it again in 1 week, it is burnt the other week? Our relations safe for now. So what is within your knowledge as a ministry?
But the point he raises is very legitimate. More that we should not throw good money in an environment that is not yet certain. But I think since there are investigations, we shall continue to work with the authorities in Nairobi.
He's saying the building would provide adequate space for staff at the mission. We need clarity now, because we want our Uganda mission and our diplomatic representation to be functional at all time. Does this presuppose that part of our diplomatic support services cannot be housed, and are there any emergency measures?
But are you talking about page 2?
I'm about page 3.
I pray
Page
that
three.
this honorable committee
Page 3,
provides
where-
supplementary of 6 billion for restoration of Uganda House in Nairobi, Kenya, to provide adequate office space for
Yeah.
staff at the mission and
Yeah.
generate non-tax revenue.
So this is what I want to interrogate, because when you mention staff, it triggers our inquiry into operations and functionality of our diplomatic representation and presence. If this was the target equally, we want to understand whether now the workspace for our diplomatic staff has been threatened, and in the event that now this building caught fire, what measures have you initiated? Are you going to rent somewhere else? Are you going to squeeze the same office? We need to understand, because this is a revealing statement.
Honorable PS, can you respond to that?
That all of you know, as you drive around Kampala, that the office of the DA of the Egyptian embassy is not at the embassy, it is down here in Kololo. So this is the point we are trying to make, that there are staff that may not necessarily reside within the chancery. They will have to be outside, but still be part
Because of the
of
nature.
Madam Chair, the question is, now that the building caught fire, and it is not being utilized, where are they? And who is paying for them where they are? Are they renting privately in town, or you are housing them at the embassy?
Yes.
Where are they?
Madam Chair and honorable members, they are all now at Riverside.
Okay.
That makes a statement as noted on the order paper. Now, the minister we know, Jeje Odong, has the skills of escaping. We cannot conclude. We cannot conclude without reminding him. We must remind him that plenary begins at 2.
I know, honorable member.
And this statement is required because if he doesn't give
get
it,
very excited.
If he doesn't give this statement,
when the room is full.
Yeah, no,
but
Chair.
I really pray that we stick to what we agreed upon.
No, Chair. Chair, because your ruling was based that the committee will process it after the statement. Now the minister, if the minister escapes giving the statement, we shall be delayed to another time when he gives the statement. That's why it is emphatic that we emphasize the minister to make his statement to the floor as required, so that the committee can process it further based on the guidance as may be within plenary.
Thank you, Shadow Minister. Hope you've taken note, Honorable Minister.